Question: what is the best gift you've ever gotten?
A few years back, I started a tradition where I'd pick my best friend that year and make them a video game for their birthday. That resulted in me making an RPG game for my friend Emma where I roasted her because she wasn't old enough to drink yet. Ignore the goatee, that was a mistake. Another year, I did a texture swap with my first ever game to include my friend Allison into it. The last year I ended up doing this, I made a birthday game for my friend Justin. Now, Justin and I go way back. We became friends in the 6th grade back. He's such a good friend, I ended up naming a character in my game franchise after him. Twice! Which hasn't led to any confusion whether this is one character or two. Huh! Isn't world building great?
Growing up, we played games together like Call of Duty, Fallout, Call of Duty, Battlefield, Call of Duty, Call of Duty, Borderlands, Call of Duty, oh yeah, and a few more Call of Duties.
Call of Duty Black Ops 3 Special Edition PS4.
So yeah, if you ever wonder why I upload maybe 3 times a year and that's it, it's probably because I'm online with Justin.
Seriously, the amount of time I've spent on this game is just straight up unhealthy. That's just from the game too. If I go over into the capture gallery, I have 169.5 gigabytes of videos saved from this game.
Now, when you build someone a personalized video game, you have to ask what sort of stuff they like and kind of tailor the game towards that. So, with my friend Justin, I decided to make Call of Duty but more Borderlands with some light RPG elements, SpongeBob references, all without breaking the bank or infringing on copyright. What am I thinking? So all of the games we grew up playing were 3D and first person. So naturally, I decided to make a top-down 2D shooter. What? I said I'm trying not to break the bank. Or my laptop. The core of any good looter shooter really comes down to 2 things: looting and shooting. Loot in games like this is really important to get right. Sure, you could just have one weapon and give it just an infinite number of random stats, and technically you'd have infinite variety, but that's not really fun. That just becomes a game of pick the highest stat and just hold it for the rest of the playthrough. The first thing I decided to do was create different classes of weapons. Pistols, shotguns, submachine guns, rocket launchers, you know, the basics. I tried to make them feel different and also adapt to different playstyles some. Like the hide in the corner and shoot, or rush with a shotgun and pray, or cheese enemies by exploiting my terrible pathfinding. I also organized the weapons into one of 3 different companies, all of which emphasize one attribute. You have Woodson that focuses on accuracy, you have Popotech that focuses on damage, and the Bikini Bottoms Firearms Company that focuses on magazine size.
What the heck is Bikini Bottoms Firearm Company?
Yeah, Justin and I grew up watching a lot of SpongeBob, but you'd never be able to guess that from my channel. Having a bunch of weapons is great, but that still leads into that same problem I was talking about earlier, where you just find one with good stats and hold on to it forever.
Hey, watch it!
So I decided to add levels to each weapon that increased the stats. That way you constantly have to go out and search for new weapons. I also added in rarities to add a little bit more spice, so I have common, uncommon, and rare weapons. Now, what would a looter shooter be without the legendary weapons as well? Instead of simply reusing those same weapons and giving them even crazier stats for legendary effects, I ended up creating specific legendary weapons, such as the Woodson Company card that fires multiple rockets, the crowd control that's a high magazine shotgun. I also had some good fun writing the weapon descriptions.
An under-over double-barrel shotgun. It was rumored that Mr. Woodson himself slept with one under his pillow in case the labor union made another attempt on his life. It sure did. Oh gosh. Mr. Krabs!
Oh yeah, Mr. Krabs!
It's just off the screen on both sides.
My initial idea was for each of the legendary weapons to be a collaboration between 2 of the companies. So Woodson with Popotech, Woodson with Bikini Bottoms Firearms Company, and then Woodson with Woodson for just some crazy stats. I ended up abandoning the idea at a certain point, but some of them, like the hand cannon, will still mention exactly what I was thinking. With that, I had a pretty solid loot pool, but that still left the question of what to do when the player levels up. I could have done an attribute table like an Armor of God or Fallout, but I ended up going Borderlands again and using a perk table. So each time you level up, you get to pick a perk, whether that's increased backpack space, more ammunition, health regeneration, that sort of thing. And like any good roguelike, if you don't like your stat choices, you can just re-roll them. With all of that situated, I ended up creating a horde mode like the older Call of Duty games have with their survival game mode. I discovered that my pathfinding was really buggy, and that the game mode was quite fun to keep doing. I ended up really playtesting it a lot to make sure it was fun. Maybe a little too much. Now that I knew that the mechanics themselves were really fun, it was time to start working on the main story and the main quest of the game. My vision was a semi-open world that was just packed full of inside jokes that basically no one else would ever comprehend except Justin and I.
How about now? Believe me now?
I had a basic map sketched out, and it just kept growing bigger and bigger until there was basically a small continent to explore. I very much took the D&D approach to designing a world where there's a few isolated pockets of safety surrounded by danger and adventure. I have the mechanics, I have the world, the next big piece is the story. Now, I'm not going to spoil everything about the story for you here, but I will tell you a little bit about the main villain. His name is Ajax Strangleton. Ajax as a reference to the Greek hero in Homer's Iliad, and Strangleton as a reference to the Tattletale Strangler from SpongeBob. And honestly, I think that's the best summary of this game. On one hand, it's a deep and meaningful tribute between me and my best friend. On the other hand, it's sheer nonsense that's full of fourth wall breaks, inside jokes that low-key descends further and further into madness the longer you play it. And frankly, I wouldn't have it any other way. I wanted to mix in some action set pieces too, so at one point you have to storm a boat, fight a guy, but he blows up the ship and you wake up washed ashore in the place that you least expect.
Where am I? Is this heaven?
You're in Bikini Bottom.
Oh, I am definitely dead right now.
That's fun and all, but I wanted some additional quests for the game as well. I added in a time trial for each of the major safe havens. Since what's a COD-like game without a time trial training area that some guy can speedrun? So at this point, the game had definitely nailed the Borderlands and COD elements, but was greatly lacking in the Fallout stuff I wanted to include. So I named one of the starting areas the Mojave Desert.
You know, patrolling the Mojave almost makes you wish for a nuclear winter.
That really didn't satisfy it, so I decided to add in some light RPG elements. Each of the major gun manufacturers in the game has what I call a company quest. Basically, you have to go out and solve a problem for the company, then come back and get a reward of a legendary weapon. However, if you're greedy, you can take all of them, but you have to fight the company's CEO for the loot. If you win, then you can keep all of them, but you're banned from ever buying their weapons again. With most of the quests in place, I still felt like the game was lacking in variety. I added in a cave area with low lights. I sprinkled in a few more action set pieces, like an artillery run where you have to avoid getting hit by shells. Also, some NPCs to help explain the lore, and maybe drop an inside joke or two. A few boss fights sprinkled in, plus a post-game grind arena, and I'd say the game is complete. It took me well over 2 months to finish, but it was well worth it. It's my largest project to date, and as a result, I wanted to share it with more people than just my friend Justin. The issue is I couldn't. There's very much a difference between a game that's made between friends and something you actually want to put on the internet, so some major changes had to take place. Firstly, I swapped out SpongeBob for my boy Bogart the Frog in the Bad Frog Firearms Company. I also added a few billboards to the game showing off my boy in green. In case that wasn't clear enough evidence, I added in an extra quest to canonize the game into my ongoing universe of interconnected games. I also added an intro to help explain what confusing monstrosity you're even looking at. I polished it up, and on May the 3rd, 2022, I released it into the wild. Since then, it's actually become one of my more popular games. If you are going to play it, I recommend downloading it. The game is also one of my largest games, being over 300 megabytes. Yes, a lot of that is just music, and it kind of loads slowly on most browsers. If you do want to try it out, the game is available for free on itch.io. Now, if you could excuse me, I really need to get back to working on my main project. If you want to know what I'm talking about, you can check out the video here. Otherwise, check out this other video that YouTube thinks you'd enjoy. Thank you so much for watching, and God bless.